My fellow Africans, our ancestors have gathered in France, in Paris. Nigerians, Cameroonians, our ancestors have gathered in Paris, called by their grandson, Emmanuel Macron. So what is happening is that you may wonder why France, that has nothing to do with the former British colonies of Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, is able to gather all African leaders to France in Paris to decide on the way forward, a financial model for the African continent. France is the thief that robs Peter to do business with Paul. France steals money from Cameroon and invests in Nigeria, steals money in Ivory Coast and invests in Ghana. France have come to represent the Western interest in Africa. These are the people who are responsible for the constitutional coup d'etat in Chad and are responsible for several assassinations of Pan-African leaders in Africa. I want Africans to know this. During the time of Kwame Nkrumah, when the French government was testing nuclear weapons in the Sahara Desert, all the African countries, they gathered in an attempt to ban the test of nuclear weapons in our continent. The French African countries, they gathered themselves and say that France is theirs. The bomb of France is their own bomb. They are willing to allow France to pollute Africa, risk our own population, not for their own survival, but for the survival of a white man that sits thousands of miles across the Suez Canal. So Africans must rise up to this new reality. The French government have taken total control of the African Union. They pay all the staff. They do all the deals on behalf of the Americans and the British. This is the new reality of Africa. And this should be the focus of every Pan-Africans to fight and make sure that our people can finally manage their own resources and develop their own policies that put African interests at the forefront. Where is ECO? When East African countries, they gather so that they can form a new currency. They stupidly appointed a French-speaking country to head and chair the commission of ECO. Today, ECO is dead. So Africans should wise up. France and the West are still present in Africa to manipulate and determine our future. We must resist it, and our people should know this new reality. They have prioritized LGBTQ rights over African rights. And all Africans should mobilize themselves to support the various indigenous people's rights in Africa and to fight for our own democracy that empowers our own state, that choose leaders that will stand up for African interests, not just save the interests of a white man.